You see this word called sex. It can lead to a broken marriage. It can lead to conflict in the home. And it can also lead to infertility without you knowing. Good day everyone, and welcome back to Nurse's Lecture Room YouTube channel. My name is Miss Mary, popularly known as the Nurse with the Difference, and I make learning easy and accessible for all my viewers. Today, I'm going to be discussing with you 15 causes of low libido in females. 15 causes of low libido in female. I have been getting tons of messages. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. I can't count. It's uncountable on my email, on my WhatsApp, on my YouTube, on my Facebook. I have been getting messages in regards to this topic, and I decided to deal with it today to help you solve your problem. Especially for young ladies who just got married and there's a complaint of, oh, my husband is not sexually attracted to me. I don't feel like having sex. I hate sex. There's a lot of things happening that can lead to broken marriages and can lead to infertility and conflicts in our home. So that is what I'm going to be discussing it, because once you know the problem, the cause of a problem, getting the solution, it's much easier. But before we go into details into this class, if you are new on our YouTube channel, please click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification button so you don't miss out. For all my returning subscribers, I am saying thank you. Let's go there. All right, welcome back. Like I earlier told you, today I'm going to be talking about 15 causes of low libido, low sexual drive in female. See, women, we are very unique. Our body system is not just normal, it's kind of complicated. A lot of things can affect our mood. A lot of things can affect our sexual drive. A lot of things can affect your sexual urge. The way women are created, God, sometimes I wonder, like there's something special about being a lady, seriously, because our body system has a lot in stock for us. There are a lot of things that affect when a woman is pregnant, when a woman is breastfeeding, when a woman is ovulating, when a woman is menstruating. A lot of things takes place in her body. So this can also affect the sexual urge generally. Hormones in the body such as your estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, all these can affect generally your sexual drive. Psychological factors can affect your sexual drive. Physical factors, social factors can affect your sexual drive generally. But how do you know you have low libido? What makes you feel as a lady that you have low libido? That, oh, like I know I have low libido. It's not because I'm in my ovulation, it's not because I'm in my menses, it's not because I'm breastfeeding. I just know I have low libido. See, in terms of low libido, sex does not move you. When you hear sex, it's kind of it annoys you. It's not something that makes you happy. You're always scared of sex. You are not moved. Like no matter what they do to you, it's just like your hormone. You don't go wet, you don't go horny, things like that don't really take place. So that is what I'm going to be discussing today. There are a lot of things that are likely going to cause it. There are a lot of things that are likely going to decrease your sexual urge. There are a lot of things that will make you as a lady to have low libido. So that is why we're going to be talking on the causes today, so you have idea of what to do to remove that low libido and increase your sexual urge and desire. I'm going to be breaking them into different headings, one at a time. So let's take the first heading of the causes of low libido or low sexual urge. The first one I have to share with you is relationship problem. Yes, relationship problem can be a cause of low libido or low sexual drive for female. The big question when it comes to relationship problem is, are you happy with your partner? Are you happy with your husband? Are you disturbed? Do you wish to marry somebody else? Were you forced into the marriage? Okay, fine, you were not forced into the marriage. Now you are together. Are you happy you got married to this person? What makes you sad about this? What excites you? Are you happy? That's the first question you have to ask yourself. Because if you are not happy in a relationship, if you are not happy in your marriage, generating that sexual urge is going to be kind of very, very difficult. because I feel sexual experience or sexual urge come when both parties are happy. You just start thinking about, oh, my husband is lovely, he's kind, he's the kind of man I really want to, he's this, he's sweet. When both of you start thinking about each other, like you see each other as treasures, you see each other as diamond, you see each other as somebody special. As a woman, there's something in you that makes you go wet. Yes, you might also see something special about your husband, like just be looking at him. He's just so special. The man will be looking at you and he sees something special. Both parties are happy with each other. That is going to go a long way to increase your libido. But if you are not happy in your marriage, increasing your libido will be difficult. Seriously. Then another, is there an unresolved conflict? Are you people quarreling? Are you people fighting? Are you having something you are keeping in your mind against your spouse? Did your spouse upset you and you find it difficult to forgive? Is there an unresolved conflict in your marriage? Are you having trust issues? You see your husband and the next thing you're like, is he having an affair somewhere else? You are having trust issues. Is there communication between both parties? Are you people communicating? Are you people interacting? Or the only thing you guys know as a man and a woman is, oh, I need money for food. Junior is crying. This is happening. So is there communication between both parties? So when there is no communication, when there is trust issues, when both parties are not happy or satisfied with their partner, that can decrease the libido of a female. Yes. And also social media. Are you always focusing on your phone? Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, rather than admiring your partner, rather than admiring his six-pack, rather than admiring his chin, rather than admiring how tall he is, rather than admiring how short he is, rather than admiring something, rather than admiring how he speaks, you are focused on your phone every time, 24/7. How do you expect your libido to grow? Answer me. So these are the things, there's little things, but these are basic things that you should ask yourself. If you can work on this thing, if you can be happy with your relationship, if you can increase good communication between you and your spouse, if you can resolve those conflicts between you and your spouse, I bet you that will go a long way to help with your libido. That will go a long way to increase your sexual urge. Because there's no way I can have a good sexual urge when I'm in conflict with my husband, or when I'm not happy with my marriage, or when I'm not communicating effectively well with my marriage, or when I'm always focusing on my phone and not focusing on my partner. Libido will be difficult to come up. You get? So that is something I really want ladies to work on. Communication with your partner, trying to build trust with your partner. That is going to go well. We as human, we have hormones moving into our body. So if you want to aggravate that particular hormone that makes you ginger and happy, you have to be happy. Happiness is very important. You get? With that, you will be able to improve your sexual partner. And the other one I'm going to be sharing with us is the physical problem. The physical problem, the sexual problem. Some women, they have pains during menses. Yeah, pains during menses, vaginismus, their vaginal is tight and it's difficult. So whenever they hear sex, the husband, especially for the virgins that got married, whenever they hear sex, it annoys them because they feel it's causing them more pain, it's causing them more harm, it makes them feel bad, it makes them cry, it makes them feel pains. So that's thing in their head actually affects their sexual urge and they don't even want to have sex. You get? So that can actually reduce the libido. That can actually reduce your sexual urge as a lady. Pain during sex. And also ladies that have FGM, female genital mutilation. I've talked about this several times. That can also cause a problem when it comes towards sexual urge, because you feel, oh, I'm not enjoying it, let him just come inside and go. You get? So I've talked about vaginismus and I've talked about female genital mutilations. These are likely going to affect your libido as a lady. Physical problem like, oh, I'm tired. You're tired, you're weak, you're having a stressful day, you're always having fatigue. Let me tell you something. Fatigue is not just caused by, as a lady, fatigue is not just caused by being tired from work. Oh. Yes. You could be tired because your blood cells are low, your red blood cells are low, so you're always very weak, your eyes are always stony, you're like, oh, I'm tired, I'm stressed out, I'm tired. First of all, go and check your red blood cell level, your PAC7, your PCV. Go and check if it is within the normal range, because if your red blood cells are not within the normal range, you tend to be tired because your body does not have enough red blood cells to transport oxygen to all the parts of your body. So you check your PCV to know. The reduced PCV might be the cause of your tiredness, might be the cause of your fatigue as a lady. So you have to know your PCV to know if it's your low blood cells that's making you tired. Because you can just be at home and you're always complaining you are tired, you are tired, you are tired. So check your PCV to know if it's your blood cells that are low that's making you tired. Then anemia. If you have been diagnosed of anemia, that can also make you feel tired. That can also make you feel weak. You get, and you're like, oh, I don't just have strength, but you just feel tired, you just feel weak to have sex. So that is one thing you should also take into consideration. Is that there's a problem, you are tired from work, or you are tired from anemia, or you are tired because your PCV is low. That's something you should take into consideration. Then another one I want to discuss about is medical problem. For those that have diabetes, for those that have hypertension, that can also affect your sexual libido, your sexual urge. That can affect your libido in terms of your health. So when there's something wrong with your head, generally your body system is down, you are unable to function properly. So if you are taking some medications, feel free to continue with your medications and still stay happy. Staying excited despite being diabetic, despite being hypertensive, can go a long way to increase your sexual urge. So when there are medical problems, this tends to affect your sexual urge, and then that indirectly affects your marriage, it affects your spouse, it affects your fertility issues also, because once there is no sex, there cannot be fertilization, and once there is no fertilization, a child cannot be born, right? Problem or actions that are likely going to decrease your sexual urge are medications. The side effects of some medications can reduce your sexual urge. For example, antidepressants medications, antihypertensive medications, antipsychotic medications, epilepsy medications, combined oral contraceptive for women that are using that type of family planning, that can reduce your sexual urge. So these medications, you might be taking them and you are like, I don't really know what is causing my low libido. It can be as a result of that medications that you are taking. Because we had a situation where a woman developed hypertension in pregnancy, preeclampsia. They were treating her with some antihypertensive. After she delivered, she was still hypertensive. The hypertension remained, kind of. So they have to place her on some antihypertensive. She was on that they were managing her hypertension with some antihypertensive. All of a sudden, her sexual urge diminished. You get, most women don't really talk about it. So she went to the hospital, she spoke to her doctor. After a lot of conversation, a lot of communication, that was when we found out that this woman was depressed because she was no longer having the urge for sex, and that was affecting her marriage. So after proper history was taken, we found out that it was because of the antihypertensive she was taking. You get, so some medication can go a long way to reduce the sexual urge without you knowing. So you can see the side effects of some medications can cause what? Can cause low libido. Another thing I would like to talk about is psychological problems. Psychological problem, yes. As a lady, you feel your husband did you good by marrying you. Something like that. You have this low self-esteem. You don't know your worth. You don't know your value. You feel you just feel there's this low self-esteem that you put on yourself. You don't know who you are. You feel you are not beautiful enough. You feel you are not gorgeous enough. You feel, oh, my husband will go outside. There's this feeling, you just have this low self-esteem, this feeling of worthlessness in you. And that is bad. That can make your libido drop down. So as a lady, I feel you have to boost your self-esteem. You have to boost your self-worth, so you can have this good sexual urge, sexual libido. But if you don't boost this your self-esteem, you're always feeling down about yourself, that can lead to anxiety, that can lead to depression, and that can totally kill your sexual urge. So it's good for you to feel good, It is good for you to be happy with yourself, and it is good for you to be happy as a lady, for you to have good sexual urge, good libido, and enjoy sex. Then the last one I want to share with you are some hormonal issues, some hormonal changes that takes place in a woman. Like I told you at the very beginning, a lot of changes takes place in a woman when a woman is menstruating, when a woman is ovulating, when a woman is pregnant, when a woman just delivered, when a woman is breastfeeding. A lot of changes takes place. A lot of hormones are being interplayed here. So those hormonal change can actually cause low libido in women. So for men that feel, oh, my wife gave birth, I've not been enjoying sex since my wife did this, I've not been having this sexual urge, that can be the cause of your wife's problem, the hormonal imbalance. So a lot of hormones such as the estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, dopamine, oxytocin, all of them, when they are playing with a woman's body, that can reduce the libido, that can reduce the sexual urge of a lady. So I feel as couples, it should be an understanding, because some women at the very early stage of pregnancy, they hate sex. Sex irritates them, and that can lead to a problem in the marriage. Yeah, to some ladies immediately they give birth, they see sex as something bad. So I feel as a husband, you don't expect your wife to have this full libido all the time, because she's a woman and a lot of hormonal changes takes place in her. You get? So you have to try and understand. So women, show your husband, let them know that they have to understand you sometimes. There are some situations that you cannot control and the sexual urge is down. So it just needs you to talk to your spouse about what's going on in your body, so he or she knows. So your spouse know about it and know how to understand you properly. So these hormones, when they play with a woman, it can actually cause or affect the libido of a lady. A woman that does cesarean section, vaginal birth, and she had a tear, that can actually kill the libido too at that moment. So now is the time for the man to understand. A woman that had episiotomy, they thought that she had a tear while giving birth. All of a sudden, you just want to start having sex with her. Yeah, I think as a woman, you should let your husband understand that, oh, I had a tear. I think that will go a long way to solve and create peace in the home. I have a tear going inside, it's going to cause more harm than good. So understanding, it's very, very important. You can see there are uncountable causes of low sexual drive in female. So I just try as much as possible to break them into different heading, and I hope this video help you. So the first and most important thing I talked about was the relationship. So if you're having relationship problem, you're not happy, I think both parties, both couples should come together and talk about it. You get what is really causing the conflict, what is really causing the trust issue, what is really causing the problem in the marriage, so you people can build that, work on that, and be happy. And because I know when there's happiness, when there's joy in both parties' face, sexual urge will skyrocket, it will increase. I'm telling you. Yes, but when there's a problem, when there's a conflict, it's going to cause issues with that. So, and also, I think there should be great foreplay before sexual intercourse. As the lady, be open to your spouse. Let that communication be there. Honey, I am not wet enough. You can't penetrate. I'm going to feel pain. Let them know. Sex is to be enjoyed. Sex, it's a fun, it's a joyful thing. It's not something that should be painful. So let them know you are not wet enough before they penetrate or insert. You get? So I think that is what ladies should let them know, so you don't end up having pain. You don't, because once there's friction, that can also lead to bleeding sometimes if care is not taken. So you have to communicate with your partner. You have to like, okay, partner, this is what makes me go wet. These are the things, these are my weak points. These are my weak points. When you do this, I get wet. When you do that, I get wet. When you don't do this, I might not be wet. This is not my what they call this? Is it G spot? They call it G spot. This is my G spot. This is not my G spot. Let your partner know. Let both parties know. There should be good communication. For you to enjoy sex, people have to know your G spots so that you can enjoy it properly. I'm not a sex therapist, you get, but I'm just trying to share from my little experience. Yeah, I'm trying to share from my little experience and from my knowledge in school. So yeah, I believe this video will help you understand. So if you know that you've worked on the courses, yet it's not taking effect, I see both parties need to see a sex therapist. The sex therapist is going to help you out, analyze the strength of both parties, analyze the weakness of both parties, and create a middle on how to balance it. So a sex therapist will do. If you say you can't handle it yourself, don't die silent. Don't let your marriage fade away. Don't let your husband fade away. Don't let your wife fade away. And we need babies. Though the main purpose of sex is not, for me, the main purpose of sex should not just be for procreation. It should be for fun. Enjoy yourselves. Yeah, when a baby comes, celebrate. Sex is fun. Both parties have to enjoy it. If both parties are not enjoying it, you've done your communication, it's not working out, see a sex therapist. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Thank you very much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share with a friend if you got value. For all my returning subscribers, I am saying thank you. See you in our next video. Bye.